It's Season 8 of the Rocket League Championship Series. We're in Madrid, Spain on December 15th, 2019. It's the grand finals between two of the biggest names in the esport, Renault Vitality and NRG. This series has been neck and neck to say the least. It's been so close that we've actually come as far as possible. We're in overtime of Game 7. Both sides have exchanged major haymakers to the other, showing why they're two of the best teams in the world. And here we are, we're in golden goal territory. Whichever side scores next will be crowned champions of the world. This is seconds away from becoming one of the most iconic moments in RLCS history, and either way this unfolds will have massive implications on the history books of this esport. There are 6 pros on the pitch, and each one of them has been on a journey of their own to reach this exact moment. They've all been here before, a few of them have been here many times over. What was the journey they took to get here? What roles have they played for their teams, and what are they thinking in this exact moment? There's only one way to know for sure with a Rocket League replay. The players on this pitch are very familiar with each other. Renault Vitality was actually the team responsible for eliminating NRG from the World Championship last season. Vitality continued on from this victory on their way to their first World Championship in Season 7. It was after this early exit that NRG actually changed up their roster. As Fireburner retired from the scene, NRG made a move to bring on the 3-time world champion Turbopulsa. This move was wild for a few reasons. Primarily, Turbo was becoming the first player in RLCS history to transfer from a European team to the North American region. One of the winningest men in Rocket League history was now joining an NRG squad that had been a juggernaut in North America. Vitality, on the other hand, is returning the same 3 who sent NRG packing last season in Scrubkilla, Fairy Peak, and the other 3-time world champion, KDOP. Turbo and KDOP won a championship together in Season 4 before repeating as champions in Season 5, beating a couple of guys in the finals named Garrett G and Justin. Anyways, now we're here with these 2 teams. Vitality is looking to cement themselves as repeat champions, pushing KDOP to become the first 4-time Rocket League World Series champion. NRG has come exploding into the finals, only dropping a single series all season long leading into this finals tournament. On their paths to get here, these teams actually already faced off against each other in the Group A winners final. For a 5-game series that went the distance, these 2 teams went to overtime 3 of those 5 matches, with all but one of those games decided by a single goal. NRG ended up pulling out the nail-biter, taking the last game 2-1 in regulation. Outside of this series, NRG has cruised to this finals matchup. Before Vitality, they chopped down the South American Loki Esports in a clean 3-0 sweep, then coasted past North American rivals Space Station Gaming for a 4-1 semifinal. Vitality has not had things so easy. After putting the defensive clamps down on an E United team in their first match, Vitality's loss to NRG actually dropped them into the losers bracket. From here, it has been an uphill climb for Vitality to say the least. They went through a grueling 6-game series against a hungry Pittsburgh Knights team before surviving an absolute slugfest against Dignitas, who they moved past in 7 games. Both paths here have really had their ups and downs. For NRG, they really haven't had to play much, but they run the risk of sitting a little cold, while Vitality has been staying very warm and being very cohesive over the course of the teams that they've had to face. But either way, we've both made it here to the finals. So let's go back to that first series real quick before we get into this finals matchup, right? Was there anything from that series that really stuck out that we could take going into this final series? Well, the name of the game in the first one was really NRG's ability to score quickly in transition against Renault Vitality's suffocating defense and their ability to punish NRG for being overly aggressive. And we've really seen some more of that in the finals here as well. NRG had taken Game 1 behind a turbo hat trick, but then Vitality responded in both Game 2 and 3 to put themselves up 1. Game 4 really showed why NRG brought Turbo in the first place. I mean, they had just dropped 2 games before this, but Turbo comes out and scored an early goal, and they ended up righting the ship, tying this series at 2. Game 5 only had 1 goal in it, but it put NRG on match point. But Vitality was not going to go down that easy, and even though NRG almost tied this at the very end, Vitality held on to get us to Game 7. So here we are, we're in game 7. It must end here. I was nervous just watching this back, but you can tell by watching this that these players also definitely have some nerves coming into this. The first half of the game passes with NRG really not looking to put too much pressure on, nervous that Vitality will immediately punish them for any mistakes. Meanwhile, Vitality have just been blasting the ball downfield, not wanting it in their own half. One of these booms actually almost cost NRG an early lead, where Justin zoomed right past a Vitality clear, and KDOP almost put away an easy one if it wasn't for who else but Turbo sitting in net. Actually, Justin has been pretty quiet in these finals so far. Coming into Game 7, Justin has been held to just 2 goals. That being said, Justin is no stranger to huge moments. Touted as possibly the top player in the world, Justin hit what most agree is the biggest shot in RLCS history in that Season 5 Grand Finals. So, although he may have almost cost NRG a crucial goal, almost exactly a minute later, Justin responded with this insane air dribble demo on Scrubkilla that put NRG ahead. But this is Renault Vitality we're talking about here. This team is not here by mistake. Vitality has responded to stuff 3 NRG shots on goal and found themselves applying a lot of pressure on NRG, resulting in a game-time goal line dunk by Fairy Peak and Scrubkilla. But after this shot, the 30 seconds left was not enough for either team to take it in regulation. Either way, KDOP or Turbo is about to become the first man to win 4 world titles after they won 2 together. Will NRG be able to create some offense, or will the stifling defense of Vitality, which has been brilliant all year long, be too much for them to overcome? The next 30 seconds is going to drastically alter the history books, cement these players as some of the greatest in the world, and alter the identity of these teams moving forward. But which way is it going to break? Welcome to a moment in Rocket League history.
This time. Great play to this corner. Very peak. He's got past 2 players. Looks for a bump. Garrett G clears line. Justin! NRG do what they could not do before!